Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a good night. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you back to another segment of Supergroup Spotlight. Now, the supergroup I'm going to be talking about tonight had two incarnations, and I'm going to be talking about the second incarnation of this group. And that group is Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. And we're going to be talking about their debut release, Deja Vu, released on March 11th, 1970 through Atlantic Records. The album has a playing time of 36 minutes and 24 seconds. Also appearing on the album are Dallas Taylor and Greg Reeves on drums and bass, respectively. Now, in terms of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, um, this album is a follow-up to Crosby, Stills, Nash release, self-titled, released a year before. And it was the idea of David Crosby to get Neil Young into the band because he felt that he had the right attitude and musical chops in order to contribute properly to the band. Uh, Neil Young had already been in Buffalo Springfield with Stephen Stills, and that relationship ended pretty acrimoniously, with Neil Young basically just sending Stephen Stills a note saying something like, it was good to be in the band with you, but we're done. I'm finished. And I was surprised to read that in this incarnation of SNNY, that they have only released 8 studio albums. Their last studio album was released in 1999 called Looking Forward through Reprise Records. But getting back to Deja Vu, the album was recorded between July 1969 and January of 1970. It was recorded in Los Angeles, California. There were 4 singles released from the album: Carry On, Woodstock, written by Joni Mitchell, Our House, and Teach Your Children. And out of the 4 singles, Carry On was the only one that was considered a minor hit. The album was produced by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and there was a lot of hype for the release of this album. Obviously, um, each band member had experience with other bands. Stephen Stills with Buffalo Springfield, David Crosby with the Byrds, and he was unceremoniously kicked out of the Byrds. And Graham Nash got frustrated with being in the Hollies, and he relocated to California, and famously had a relationship with Joni Mitchell. This album was recorded shortly after individual breakups in relationships that were going on with the band. Graham Nash had broken up with Joni Mitchell. Uh, Stephen Stills was dealing with the death of a girlfriend of his. And according to the band members, this album really was a difficult one to record. And Neil Young, in terms of a I guess you'd say, permanent or steady, reliable band member. Um, at the best of times, there was tension going on within the band. According to Stephen Stills, Neil Young would basically write his stuff for the albums, bring in the tapes with everything recorded, and then just have Crosby, Stills, Nash record their harmony vocals for the tracks. So he pretty much Neil Young, sorry, was pretty much considered a lone wolf in terms of his association with Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And according to Neil Young, he's always liked it that way. He's always been considered and does consider himself a lone wolf. Has very few friends, more associates than friends, and he likes it that way. And it's the way it is, right? I mean, that's how it is for some people. Now, in terms of the anticipation for this album, word had gone out that they had formed that Neil Young was asked to join the band, and he agreed. And the anticipation was such that Atlantic Records had received $2 million in pre-orders for the album. And this album has gone seven times platinum, selling 8 million copies, and it is considered to be the best-selling album of their career of each individual in terms of their solo careers. So that's saying quite a bit. Um, this album has a listing of folk, rock. There's a lot of heavy guitar on this album. I would consider it more folk than rock, but that's just me. There are 10 tracks in total. Again, 36 minutes and 24 seconds, a very short playing time, considering, uh, I should restate that. Perfect playing time for a vinyl release, pretty short for a CD release. But there you go. That's the way it was. Now, again, 10 tracks on the album. It starts off with the track Carry On, one of the singles from the album, clocking in at 4 minutes and 26 seconds. You're going to hear me say the phrase tight harmonies a lot on this track, especially starting off tight harmonies, great guitar tone, and as with most of the tracks on this album, the pieces are multi-sections have multi-sections, sorry. Um, Up next is The Beautiful Teacher Children, written by Graham Nash. He wrote this, I do believe, while he was still with Joni Mitchell. 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Uh, Great pedal steel guitar as provided by Jerry Garcia that appears on the album. This track has pretty much a country vibe, right? And I should also mention that also appearing on the album is John Sebastian of the Living Spoonful, along with Jerry Garcia. And yeah, up next after Teach Your Children, track three is the one track that really, to me, is not a good track at all. Almost Cut My Hair. David Crosby composition at 4 minutes and 31 seconds. The less said about this track, the better. Steven Stills was saying that getting the tracks together for this release was like pulling teeth. There were a lot of tracks that were left off, and he would have liked to have left Almost Cut My Hair Off, but David Crosby insisted. Again, the friction was seeping into the band. After Almost Cut My Hair, you have the Neil Young track, the classic Helpless, uh, clocking in at 3 minutes and 33 seconds. This track, Helpless, is pretty much FM uh, gold, and it's still played on the radio today. Tight harmonies, beautifully constructed, just exquisite guitar done by Young, Crosby, and Stills. Just amazingly done. Side one ends off with the Joni Mitchell penned Woodstock with Steven Stills on lead vocals at 3 minutes and 54 seconds. In my notes, I have a strong harmony, good guitar tone, and great groove. Just really, really a good track, really good grooving track. Side two starts off with the talent track Deja Vu, uh, written by David Crosby at 4 minutes and 12 seconds. In my notes here, I have your intricate acoustic guitar, again, tight harmonies, really warm guitar tone, and delicate bass, and again, multi-section on this piece. Um, Track two is the Graham Nash penned Our House. Again, he wrote this while he was still with Joni Mitchell at 2 minutes and 59 seconds. And my notes have you two words, pop confection. And it is just beautifully intricate harmony vocals, very relaxed. Again, has a folk country vibe to it. There's really not much more you can say uh, about this track, but it is simply beautifully done. Up next is the piece 4 plus 20, Stephen Stills track at 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Great acoustic guitar on this piece, just wonderful. Now, up next, Country Girl, written by Neil Young, one of the longest tracks on the album. Um, and I should state that Country Girl is a suite put together from three song fragments entitled Whiskey Boot Hill, Down, 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 and Country Girl, I Think You're Pretty. Okay, again, this is Neil Young at work here, and it's very interesting. They all share the vocals on this, clocking in at 5 minutes and 11 seconds. Great piano, a nice use of timpani, and good organ on this track. And the fact that they were able to piece together these three pieces of music to make up one cohesive piece of work is just fantastic, fantastic. And again, it is the longest track on the album, clocking in at 5 minutes and 11 seconds. The album ends off with Everybody I Love You. Uh, was it Stephen Stills track with Neil Young on lead vocals at 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Nice way to end the album, I think. And my notes have here great tempo, really strong bass, and really tight harmonies. Uh, the one thing you can say about uh, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young is that when they came together and arranged harmony vocals, they were in sync. They were tight and just really lush and beautiful and just amazingly put together. And was surprised to find out again that they had only released 8 albums as a group. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young would go on to release other albums under that formation. But yeah, I thought it was important to talk about Deja Vu and the fact that this was the debut release from Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and the fact that it is indeed their best-selling album as a unit. So there you have it, guys. Another episode of Supergroup Spotlight. Please put down the comments below, down there, if you have this album, what you think of the album. Have they released better albums under this incarnation of Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young? Or is Deja Vu considered to be, in your opinion, their best album? All right. Again, no right or wrong answers, just opinion. So please, again, let me know what you think. Please click like and subscribe and do hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content we've got coming up. Also coming up, um, um, this is going to be an interesting series. We have Going for the One, which is a month-long series for the month of September, featuring myself, Jim Bricker, Ken Cheshire, and a new panelist, Sue Ghosh, that's joining us for this series, and we're going to be talking about our favorite debut albums. So that's going to be airing starting September 1st, and it's going to be a pretty good series. It's going to be a long one, and we hope you enjoy it. So again, please take care of yourselves, have a good night, and we'll see you soon on the Music Den. Bye for now.